Hi everybody, it's Annette from The Art of Intuition. Today we're going to talk about the difference between being nice and being kind. Now, this is something we learn at a very early age to play nice. Be nice, don't be ugly, be nice. Even if you don't like someone, be nice. If you don't know what to say, be nice. It's our go-to for our human is to be nice. And it is a very fakey energy. A lot of people will say, oh, they were nice, but they didn't mean it. And I know I can feel when I can read it, an email, and if I know it's not legit in a sense, energetically, it's totally different than what they're writing. They're just trying to be nice. They're not saying what they want to say. It's not authentic. Being nice really doesn't serve anyone. So why are we nice? Why does our human aspect want to be nice? Human aspect doesn't like to make a lot of waves. It's not designed to make waves. It just wants to keep us in the pack with everybody else. It doesn't want us to break out of the pack. It doesn't want us to do our own thing. It wants to keep us in the pack. Being nice keeps us in the pack. You know, people don't want to be around people who make a lot of waves, who I don't even want to say speak your mind, because when you get into speaking your mind, sometimes that can be respectful, sometimes that can be disrespectful too. So it's not even really speaking your mind. It's just not really saying how you feel. It's not even saying not saying what you want to say. You're just not saying how you feel about something. You can be respectful and be genuine. You can. You know, you can be respectfully genuine. It's not that you can't be. But our human doesn't want to do that because it takes a lot more effort to be respectful and be genuine at the same time. That's not something our human can do without practice. I have a lot of people that will say, well, I try to do it, but I don't know if I'm doing it right. And it takes practice. The more we embrace our higher aspects, we have to practice. We have to practice being authentic. We have to practice being ourselves. We have to practice living from our higher aspects. That is not something you do overnight. And you'll find you'll set up a lot of times along the way, a lot of spaces along the way, a lot of realities that will challenge you to do that. Will challenge you to be authentic and be genuine. And that sometimes does not necessarily mean being nice. That it doesn't serve a purpose for you to be nice if you don't mean it. Everyone energetically knows you don't mean it. Whether they consciously know it or not, energetically they read they don't mean that. I would much rather have someone be honest and authentic than be nice to me when I know they don't mean it. 100%. It's almost, to me, it's disrespectful. To be nice and to play nice and say stuff you don't mean just because you don't know what else to do, to me is disrespectful. And it's not an energy I play in. And when I see it, I usually just close the reality out. I'll give it a chance to align. I'll try to align it. And if I can't, I just immediately will sort of exit the reality because no one's really being genuine and there's no point. If you can't have open, honest communication in a reality, you can't really have a reality. It's going to collapse anyway and there's no point of going forward. So when you're being nice, and we all have done it, look at why. And usually it's obligation. We feel obligated, or fear. Obligation or fear energy is going to cause us to just kind of be nice. And maybe that's not what we're supposed to be. Now, kindness comes from the soul. Kindness is a totally different place than being nice. It's real. It is real, it is deep, it is beautiful. You can feel when someone is being kind. And kindness sometimes isn't, the human sometimes doesn't like kindness. Kindness is sometimes letting people go along their journey and leaving them alone. I mean, sometimes that's kind. And that's what we have to do on a soul level, is leave someone alone to go about, make their mistakes, learn their lessons, and let things collapse on them, and whatever they need to do to grow in the way they need to grow and have the experiences they want to experience. That is being kind. Being kind could just be smiling at a stranger. That's kind. You know, you never know how much we can affect people by just being authentic to ourselves and authentic to someone else. People feel it, people understand it, And sometimes if other people are not in that space, not really judging them, but if they're not in that space, then they might not like the kindness in a sense, especially if they want, the human wants to interfere. Even if it means it's playing nice, it wants to get in there and interfere and try to fix it or save everybody because no one can do it on their own. I got to be there. I got to tell you what to do. You don't have to tell anybody what to do. You don't have to rush in there and save the day and I'm going to be nice and I'm going to do all this stuff. It almost devalues the other person that they can't do it. Kindness is a totally different energy and it comes from a totally different place. And if you're not sure if you're being nice or if you're being kind, look at how you really feel about it. And would you be doing it? And if you really think it's in the best interest of the person for you to interfere with either niceties or kindness, what is the kind thing to do? And 9 times out of 10, I found when I'm dealing with other people, unless it directly affects my reality, and I mean it is really in my face for me to have to try to align it or to disband it, I tend to take the kind route and leave it alone. Because getting involved in things that, especially when we're not asked to get involved, that's usually one of the first indicators we're kind of being nice in a sense. We're doing it and no one asks us to get involved. And even when people do ask us to get involved, there's a way to say it. I always will say, if it was me, this is what I might do. I never say you should do. And if I do ever catch myself doing that, I try to slap myself on the wrist, slap my human and goes, don't do that. That's not what that's not where we want to be. It's not, if it was me, I would do this. That's not really what we want to do. I mean, that is what we want to do. We don't want to do the other. We want to make sure that we are respectful and we're kind. And kind sometimes means leaving people alone. Kind might involve money. It might not involve money. It might involve giving someone a place to stay. It depends on what is kind in the situation. And that's going to change moment to moment. You'll find niceties never really change. Oh, I'm going to be nice here. Oh, I'm going to be nice. I'm going to play nice. And even when someone says it, they say it, I'm going to go be nice. It's fake. It's phony. It's a joke. And when you can hear it in someone's voice, it almost makes, it's like a chalkboard with the nails going down it when I even hear it. Because it's just not authentic. So look at where you're being nice. Look at where you're being kind. Look at why you're being nice. Why you don't want to be nice. Why nice is sort of the compromise for you. That's a big one too. And keep practicing the art of intuition.